For 18 months, I field a barrage of insults and condescending comments from predicting from day one that Donald Trump could and would be the next president. Eric, you're lying to the audience. Eric, you don't know what you're talking about. Eric, you're not from the political world. You're wrong. They scoffed when I predicted a path to the GOP nomination for Trump. Hell, I even documented it on a whiteboard several times. And oh boy, the pundits had a field day bashing me. The whiteboard was right, though. The establishment Republicans were wrong. On to the general election. It got even more intense once the D.C. elite started worrying. They were worse than the Democrats. Then suddenly the tide appeared to turn in Mrs. Clinton's favor. The pundit class went wild. When the polls showed Hillary Clinton had a 95% chance of winning, so I dug into those polls and proved why the polls were simply wrong. I dissected the methodology these polls were using and immediately saw they were wrong and likely politically biased. And again, the pundits scoffed at me. But I saw something even bigger than polls. I saw you. I saw people. The people were speaking. You were demanding real change. I saw the change the people you wanted, needed, and were demanding, and I wasn't blind to it. But the political class on both sides were deaf and blind to the change you were demanding. Maybe they were worried about their very relevancy blowing up with an outsider like Donald Trump running the country. Guess what? They couldn't have been more right. And that's why you have Donald Trump, president-elect. Trump tapped into the emotion of the average Jane and Joe. People were sick and tired of being promised a load of goods and delivered nothing from both Democrats and Republicans. President-elect Donald Trump promised to drain the swamp, and he is already doing that. But there's a ton of sewage in that swamp. D.C. is a big swamp to drain. The establishment class on both sides of the political spectrum is headed down the drain. The Democrat Party is on the ropes. Donald Trump, a political outsider, single-handedly dismantled decades of cronyism, nepotism, Kennedy, Bush, Clintonism. And you were along for the ride right here. We've spent the better part of the last 2 years covering the Trump phenomenon right here on Cashing In. We never quit. Trump never quit. And it's no coincidence that my mom's last words on earth, Eric, never quit.